Okay, just had delivery from the post. Packaging is all done. Okay guys, this is going to be my first initial test of my new Thrunite head torch. As you can see, everything is pretty dark at the moment, and I've got the small portable torch with me, which is what I use here at my work site. It has a flood beam that can be adjusted to a spot. So it's okay for the area that I work in. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go over to the area which you can't see is in total darkness at the moment, and I'll use my small torch and just do a quick check, and then I'll put on the head torch and do the exact same check again. Having a head torch is sometimes better than a handheld torch because you can check on things and keep your hands free. As you'll notice, you'll see the light blinking a couple of times. The battery that I've put in this is not completely charged, so this is a low power indicator. Opted for the Headtorch because I've got tons of normal handheld flashlights, and I've got small handheld flashlights with clips and also with pocket clips. And larger ones. I do have another Headtorch which I have used in the past, but I haven't liked its operating system. To go from one mode to the next, you got to cycle through all the different modes. Now the reason I went for the TH10 is because of its operating system. You can turn it on and turn it off. Push and hold, and you have what's known as the Firefly mode, extremely low light. And whatever mode you got it set on, when you turn that off and turn it back on, it will return to that same mode. To change the light output, you push and hold, as you can see, and whichever one you stop on and use and then turn off, that's the same one it returns to when you turn it back on. And that is the main reason I got this particular flashlight. Here's an example of another one that belongs to a friend of mine. It has a battery pack at the back, but just as with my other Headtorch, which I can't find at the moment, turn it on, and then to get to the modes you cycle through. So you have spot, you have flood, a spot and flood, and strobe. But again, you turn it on, not a problem, you got light, but then to turn it off, you got to go through all the other modes to turn it off. It's annoying. And a strobe, I have no idea why they put a strobe on a headlight. You don't need it. Strobes are more a tactical item. I would have it on such things as like one of my tactical work torches. So in this case, you know, you use this for tactical situations, self-defense, that sort of thing. But for a Headtorch, a strobe setting is not what I'd personally put on a Headtorch. And yes, they have left it off with the Thrunite TH10 Firefly. Low, medium, bright. And if you punch it twice, it goes into SOS. But also when you're on low, if you hit that button again a couple of times, it goes straight into the boost mode, goes into maximum output. Turn it off, turn it back on, it returns to the original setting that you had it on. Another reason why I opted for this particular model is the battery. This particular one takes one 18650 or two CR123s. One of the other things I've noticed with this torch that I haven't seen in any other manufacturer is it's arrived with the threads pre-lubricated. Normally I would get Vaseline and lube the threads myself, but there's no need with this particular one because they've already been done. The headband on this is quite comfortable. It's just your basic 3-piece. One strap for each side, which is actually one continuous loop, and then one strap that goes over the top of your head. One thing I did do though is where the strap joins, the fold, the tail was actually on the inside, and I actually found it was a bit of a hot spot on the side of my head, so I just dismantled it and turned it around the other way. It's okay for me because I've got a large cranium, so it's on maximum setting, so there's no big loose tail to be flapping about. Getting it on and off the attachment, it's just a matter of rolling that over. And pulling that out. Now another YouTube friend of mine got one of these, and he found that turning the flashlight while it's mounted was kind of difficult. It was a snug fit, but I've actually found that mine is quite easy to turn. My friend Funky, he actually put a little bit of silicone lubricant in there, but thankfully I didn't have to do that. The good thing about this is you can also flip it so that you can have the button on the top, or if you take this out and turn it around, you can mount it with the button underneath. It's extremely good head torch, lightweight compared to some of the other units you can get. What I personally would add to this, if Thrunite are watching, head torches, a lot of models have a red light option. I don't know if you can incorporate that into future models, but with the head torch you can even maybe add a secondary red LED to it underneath or on top or on the sides, or build it into the actual unit itself. But a red LED for night vision and night use would be extremely advantageous. As good as this is, that's the one thing that I wish it did have, was a red light. But besides that, I find it to be a very useful head torch, and I recommend anyone to grab one for themselves. Okay guys, let's have a closer look at this orange peel reflector inside. You can see it's a textured orange peel reflector, and I'll turn the firefly mode on. And normally I would not do this to my camera because the light could actually destroy the optical sensor in the camera, but being that it's set on firefly mode, it is barely registering. There you go, guys. The Thrunite TH10 NW model. Excellent torch for excellent price.